We're right in the thick of testimony. What stands out to you as relevant testimony so far?
Okay, so the primary relationship that the prosecution is discussing is that between Elizabeth Johnson and Tammy Smith. Tammy Smith is a woman that Johnson met at an airport, and in their first meeting they talked about adoption. And this is just a meeting they had, they exchanged phone numbers, and months later, in late 2009, allegedly Elizabeth Johnson called Tammy Smith and said, okay, I'll take you up on your offer. And this started an entire back and forth between Smith and Johnson where adoption proceedings were underway. And Johnson did not tell her the father of the child, she didn't tell anybody else, she didn't even go through any of the proper legal channels. She ultimately just gave the baby to Smith. At one point, police were called to find the baby, and Johnson said that she had given the child to Smith. So she had actually signed an affidavit saying that I give guardianship to this woman. And you know, to anybody who knew Elizabeth, to her neighbors who testified, to her friend that knew Johnson well, it was this crazy idea: who hands over a baby to somebody without going through any process, without communicating to the father, just gives away a baby. So the prosecution is sort of painting this big picture of sort of a wild young girl who is not emotionally stable enough to raise a child and just gives away a baby. And so when they're trying to show the charge, they're trying to prove the charge of kidnapping and custodial interference, and this goes to show that Elizabeth Johnson is capable of just giving away a baby and running away. She's not capable of making rational decisions as a responsible mother.